Hello Lisa, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strand and here is Bellistic G's where I spill it all. Guys, don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first person to be. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, which I actually posted the first part where this crack was actually talking about how black people are not qualified and how he's not going to board a plane where a black person is actually the pilot, and Owen actually responded and agreeing to what he's saying, and this made a lot of people to start talking. This got a lot of, especially people from the black community, start talking and canceling Candace for actually agreeing to what he's talking about or to what he's saying. Guys, I was just able to put up the stage as well as other stitches I was able to put together. Guys, just leaving your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and don't forget that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes, guys. So please share this video, subscribe if you're yet to do that, and let's get into it.
And what he is remarking on is true. I would be terrified if I got onto a plane and I saw a woman flying the plane. And I know that we have the United CEO saying that he just wants to fulfill a quota. He just wants there to be more women and wants there to be more black people. And he's not concerned at first with qualifications. That is something that should alarm all of us, guys, honestly.
Princess Check a Hoe checking in to check some hoes about people that make my booty hole itch. And you say booty hole when your mother is on TikTok and she says, I need more Samantha and less Sam, even though it was her mother who said hole itch. And another thing that my grandmother used to say, people that make my soul want to dip snuff. And that would be Candace Owens. Women, especially black women, are always 10 seconds away from violence. And sometimes that violence and that call is coming from within the sisterhood. And Candace is not a sister. Pay attention.
I would be terrified if I got onto a plane and I saw a woman flying the plane. And I know that we have the United CEO saying that he just wants to fulfill a quota. He just wants there to be more women and wants there to be more black people. And he's not concerned at first with...
So let me just start off by saying that Candace is absolutely right. The CEO of United is not concerned with qualifications because he has a credentialing board that should be concerned with qualifications. And it's not as if they're going to pull people that worked at Six Flags to come and fly a commercial flight. They're not looking for people that got their license out of a Kellogg's box. If you have a license in any profession, you have practice hours, you have CEUs that you've had to fulfill, you have simulations that you have had to perform. DEI benefited more white women than it did black women, but generally it was for all women who were overlooked and gave them a chance for a second look when they were qualified. In all of my time of interviewing, I never had a CEO of anything come down and look at my qualifications, Candace. 3.4% pilots in America are African American, or black as I like to be referred to. Just a sidebar, we're going to work twice as hard to get paid 67 cents on the dollar as compared to our white male counterparts. I wanted to be Bessie Coleman, but I was fat and blind, so the Air Force didn't want me. And representation absolutely matters. And if you have a black pilot, they've paid the black tax. They've worked twice as hard to prove that they're just as good as their white counterparts. And you best damn well believe that this system often does what it was designed to do, set us up for failure. So if any pilot that is black that looks like me has that piece of paper in their hand, I'm doing this. I'm giving them the pound. I'm doing that because I know what they've been through. And in order to keep up those certifications and qualifications, you have to do SIMs every freaking time your license is up for renewal, Candace. Have you guys ever heard of secondhand embarrassment? Because that's what I feel when I'm talking to my white woman friends and they say, girl, what about that Candace? And I'm like instantly embarrassed. Not all skin folk is your kinfolk. And no, white people, we don't all know each other and we don't all like each other. I don't like Candace. I don't like Tim. I don't want them in my house. I don't want them on my ballots. I don't want them on my sound waves. Princess Check a Hoe checking out.
I'm terrified that in 2024, a woman is anti-woman. Go back and watch the video because it's absolutely ridiculous that a woman of any color would be anti-woman. If a pilot is qualified to fly an airplane, they're qualified to fly an airplane. No matter what race, what color, what sex, it doesn't matter. Is she really trying to say that only white men should fly airplanes to make her feel better? I'm confused here and a little frustrated that we're still fighting for equality. Women should be able to do anything if qualified in any job. Simple as that. It's not really hard. The fact we're fighting again for autonomy in healthcare is freaking crazy enough, but this bullshit?
So, does anyone else get the feeling that Candace Owens may suffer from Stockholm Syndrome? I think every time she opens her mouth, she proves the theory that she is functioning out of trauma, and that trauma being what she experienced in high school with discrimination. I think that she has developed a bond between her traumatic experiences and those that put her through that trauma, and trying to prove herself worthy to those people, because the self-hatred that she has for herself is at an all-time high of unhealthiness. I used to feel sorry for her, but now at this point, I feel like it is something that she is doing on purpose and without the guidance of a healthcare professional. Let this be a reminder. Mental health is a serious thing. Mental health matters. Getting the proper help and making sure that you have the proper interventions in place is imperative. And God, I pray that that child that she has, she is at least teaching them the importance of their African American heritage and the importance behind it. Even though I know her child is biracial, I am a parent of a biracial child, and every day my daughter knows both sides of herself. She rejoices in both sides. These days, a little bit more the African American side, but nonetheless, she embraces both sides of herself. And I can see the trauma all over Candace Owens, and it's pretty sad. Actually, it's pathetic. I just hope that she's getting psychiatric help for that.
Hey TikTok, I don't come on here a whole lot to do videos, but I've been seeing that video and the one that she's discussing. I really don't want to amplify her anymore. But it saddens me to see that viewpoint about people being skeptical or not wanting to see black pilots. And that tells me that people who have this mindset and keep espousing this type of rhetoric, they haven't been anywhere outside of their own little bubble. I've been fortunate to travel to a number of different countries. I've been to the Middle East. I've been to parts of Africa, for example. And seeing a cockpit full of black pilots, not uncommon over in that region, especially. And I've been on flights with not just black pilots, but like young black pilots of different genders. And it didn't shock me. It didn't upset or offend me. And these were not short flights. These were like 14 to 17 hour flights where they were in the cockpit. They were fully in control. They landed us safely. We got to our destinations. They were extremely professional and did an outstanding job. So I don't know why folks like this have that mindset. It just tells me that they haven't really lived outside of and experienced the world at large. Like, the world is bigger than the US. So there's that. Another thing that came to mind for me was there was a video Steve Harvey had posted on his socials a while back where he was having a conversation with the young lady that worked for him. And they happened to be in the Middle East. I'm not sure if it was Abu Dhabi or Dubai. And the young lady had never been before, and she was like really taken aback by the opulence, by the service, and the diversity that she was seeing, because I've been to both of those cities and it's extremely diverse. If you go, you'll see people from many different nations living there, and all different races, ethnicities, you name it, it's there. And they really don't have the time. This is what Steve Harvey was saying to her. He was like, you see why they're economically thriving, because they don't have time for all of that nonsense. There's diversity over here. They value that because they realize that, it helps them to economically thrive. And if only we had that same mindset rather than that regressive thinking, and we allowed people to be who they are, show up fully and authentically, we wouldn't be, economically imprisoning ourselves with these crazy ideologies like black people can't do this type of job because I don't feel safe. Like it's nonsense. It's ridiculous. And to give you an example, for those of you who have not been to either of those cities I just mentioned, so in Dubai, the mall is massive, and driving up to it, I could realize okay, this is a huge mall. I'm going to probably get lost. Let me establish some landmarks. So there was a Gucci store right in the front where I was being dropped off. And I said, okay, that's going to be my landmark. Little did I know, walking around this mall, after, 5 minutes, I'm passing other Gucci stores. There were at least 3 that I passed. And I'm like, oh my God, how do you have multiple, high-end stores like this in a mall? And that wasn't the only store that they had. They had a number of others, but that's how huge this mall was. And the fact that people who live there have the money to shop in more than one Gucci store. So we don't have that here. You'll see a Gucci store here, but 3 in one mall, where is that? So there's that. And the city was completely safe. I happened to walk back to my hotel, which was a 10-minute walk, at 1 o'clock in the morning, because that's what time the mall closes over there, and felt completely safe doing that. So I just say that to say, if we are supposedly the greatest country in the world, why aren't we living like that? And that was the point of that whole video that I just talked about, with Steve Harvey having that conversation with the young lady that worked with him. Because and you go over there, you see people are not driving older model cars. I had, the first night I got there, I fell and had to go to the emergency room, which was a whole other story and experience. That the emergency room was state of the art, pristine. I was chauffeur driven there in a brand new BMW, x-rayed. There was no one in the waiting room, in and out of the hospital with x-rays, a bag of medication, and only paid $250 and was chauffeur driven back to my hotel in the brand new BMW. And the whole visit was 45 minutes. Here you would wait 5 hours, because I asked the doctor when he apologized for being late. I said, what are you doing here? He said, what do you mean? And I said, well, you said that there was a bit of a wait. And he said, well, how long are you accustomed to waiting? And I'm like, 5 hours. He was like, what? So we have work to do. And the fact that we're nitpicking about the color of a pilot of a plane, when people here, other countries are having state-of-the-art health care, and you can go in and out of their waiting rooms, be treated, be seen, get a bag of medication, and be driven back to wherever in a brand new BMW for $250. But if I was a resident, it would have been free, because the healthcare there would be free to me. Obviously, I wasn't a resident, so that's why I had to pay. But I mean, if we could compete with that, then, why can't we compete with that is I guess what I'm trying to say. We can't. We have work to do, and majoring and minoring in what color the pilot is or what color somebody is that provides a service for us, it's not helping us. It's not getting us anywhere. And this is not like a Democrat or Republican issue. It's a we need to do better issue.
You thought snakes on a plane was scary? Well, according to Candace Owens, snakes on a plane are a walk in the park compared to female and black pilots.
I would be terrified if I got onto a plane and I saw a woman flying the plane. And I know that we have the United CEO saying that he just wants to fulfill a quota. He just wants there to be more women and wants there to be more black people. And he's not concerned at first with qualifications.
Does she think that if you menstruate or don't burn in the sun that you're not required to complete the same training and hours as white male pilots?
Unfortunately, that is the reality of what happens.
I do think DEI on a plane would be a great follow-up film.
All I'm going to say about Candace Owens is what I always say. I cannot wait until her stock plummets. I mean, because they're going to use her up just like they did Condoleezza, just like they did Omarosa, just like they did Herschel. They're going to use her up, and when they're done with her, they're going to spit her out. See, she tried to save, because they almost got rid of her. She knew she was on her way out, but she ran and got engaged to that ugly... She went and got engaged and had them 3 ugly kids. I just can't wait till her stock plummets. Oh yeah, shout out to Bessie Coleman, by the way. The first African-American person and first Native American female to receive a pilot's license. Fuck Candace Owens.
As a flight attendant who has worked with many women in this career, kindly go fuck yourself. They are the most qualified people in the world.
And I saw a woman.
Okay, cool. So stay home. Don't go on planes. You, Charlie Kirk, anybody else who cares what type of person is flying the plane, stay home. Safer there. Nobody wants you anywhere anyway.
Like, seriously, lovelies, when I saw this response from Candace Owen, and I was just disappointed. Like, seriously, how could you be so anti yourself? Like, you, a woman who will be anti herself, anti woman. Like, seriously, I don't understand how people reason like this. Like, come to think of it, they're actually public figures that people listen to. Like, how would they be agreeing with something like this? And you want to claim that when you're like boarding a plane and you see that is a pilot, a female pilot, that you feel so uncomfortable? Like, is it that women are incapable of achieving this kind of goals, or what? Like, coming from someone that is even a woman, coming from someone that is in the category of the people of color. Like, I posted this part on my channel, which this is supposed to be the second part, and I'll be sharing the link down below, where this crack was actually talking about how unqualified, or how he would not be able to board a flight or a plane that happens to be that the pilot in the plane happens to be someone of color, that he will feel so uncomfortable because he sees people of color as people that is not professionals in their job, and so he will feel insecure to be boarding a flight where the pilot of the said flight happens to be someone of color. And this, got a lot of people talking. This got even, people of color, white people as whole, were like canceling him, telling him that he's being racist and all of that. And everybody knows he's this kind of person. Everybody knows how racist this man is. And so other people actually responded him. Some people was trying to agree from his own point of view after so many arguments and all of that. People stitch, and this Canadian was actually stitched this video trying to cancel people. Like, why are you canceling him? That she understands, that she agrees with him, with his statements concerning black pilots and all of that. That she also feel insecure when she also feel insecure when she's boarding a flight and the pilot happens to be a woman and a black person. Like, how could this be coming from somebody of color and somebody that is a public figure and somebody that knows what, if does know what superiority, that I've also experienced what every other person have experienced, one side or the other. Like, why is Candace this way? Why are you now anti yourself? You are anti women, anti everything. You're just trying to prove yourself that you are, I don't know, supremacist or what. Like, how do you just agree to this? And this actually got a lot of people talking, and people decided to bring up, try to search, and internet, try to search on Google to show her that at least there are so many qualified pilots, female pilots out there. I was even ashamed to see some people teaching, like people of clay colors teaching and telling her that, oh my goodness, you just blabbing. Like, how could you just come publicly to disgrace yourself this way, and you even happen to be a woman? How could you be an anti-woman yourself? You're a woman. You know the kind of thing that the kind of thing women are facing in the society of today, and you, as a woman, have at least one way or the other been in these shoes. You have been in this scenario, even in terms of being a person of color and also being a woman. And you are here trying to agree with someone that is already known for being this kind of person he is. You are agreeing with someone for being like, how is it that being, or maybe coming out with the color of, maybe because you're of a colored person, you are not qualified for a particular job because of your color. It's no longer because of your qualification. It's no longer because of your academic excellence. It's no longer because of what you can do. It's not because of the way you are looking. And somebody of color is actually, agreeing to this. What level of supremacists? What are you like? You even went as far as dragging women into this. You're using women as, you're using women as an example. Like, when you see a white body, is it that women can no longer do something like this? Does she know what is actually going on this earth? Women are actually taking over. There are a lot of things that men are doing that women are capable of doing that even 100-fold right now. Do you know that it's actually women that keep homes right now? Do you know what women can go through to keep or take care of their kids? There are some women that single-handedly raise their children, train them to school. Women are powerful and they can do whatsoever. Like, is it like she's not even on this earth? She don't know what the earth is all about. She don't know what is going on. Like, we want you to just come up there and try to bash women, especially like women, as if you don't know what is going on in the society of today, how these people are taking over. She actually came up the other time and she was talking about how being a child-free by choice woman is you being selfish, is you being so many names, and you're telling me that this person is not being anti herself. How can you be racist towards yourself? How can you be anti yourself? Like, you're a woman. Like, she's practically a woman. This is what even baffles me. You come for women that decided not to have babies because they don't have the mental capability to bear a child. They don't have the mental capability to bring a child into this world. Or would you rather want a woman to bring up a child into this world when she's not able to take care of this child or not being a proper mother to this child? She's now been labeled as a bad mother, then maybe ending up arresting her, just like the video I posted yesterday about a woman that actually took her child to Walmart. She decided not to clothe her child. She was fully clothed with cardigans, sweaters and all of that, but her child was just a diaper. Okay, would you allow women to bring in, or bring a child into this world and decide to treat that child that way. Some people are telling you they cannot tolerate bringing a child or bringing a mini them into this world because of the state of their self, of the state of their mind, or because of what they have passed through, or because of what they want for them. And you're here calling them selfish, calling them all sort of name. Oh, so you will rather want them to bring this child and treat this child the way, then you still be the one that will tell them that they are not good mothers. Like, what do you want, Candace? Like, what? Now you are now saying that women pilots are not capable of being pilots. What have women actually done to you, Mrs.? Like, seriously? How can you be so anti yourself? You are agreeing to someone that is known to be someone that just, come up there and spill whatever he want to spill and just get out with it. Then you are now, oh, what are you trying to prove? Like, when I saw her respond and she now decided to bring in women into this, I was like, oh my goodness, this is not getting out of hand. This is not getting out of hand. Maybe you should just try something else. You should just try something else without trying to bring down your own kind of people. We are supposed to be women supporting women. We are supposed to be uplifting each other, not downgrading each other. We're supposed to be there for each other. No matter where you are, women, you are supposed to be there for each other, but you just like to downgrade them. Seriously. You just, wow. You just, okay. He's anything he says is justifiable because I feel the same way. Black people this, black people that, but you are in that category. So what are you trying to? You're trying to be the best of the best. Oh, I don't know. Seriously, lovelies. When I saw this, I was like, oh God, I'm just gonna upload this to be the second part 2. Guys, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of the whole videos, and then also don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn notification bell on so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, oh my goodness, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright, lovelies, I will see you when I upload my next video.